Are you gonna hit the button or no? You just gonna keep playing because people are waiting for us.
Oh,
I hit the button. Pay attention.
Okay. My bad, my bad. So I'm gonna wait till it says one person. We're gonna get one person before we start. Okay, maybe we're not gonna. Maybe we're not gonna wait for one person.
maybe we should just start.
I think maybe we should just start.
Yeah.
So on the replay, they won't see all this. So still zero. It's ridiculous. It's Neil's fault. Did I tell you bring your friends?
I tried. I don't have many.
We
The
got a
one
show
you
of we have a show of friendless people.
remember, I stay in the yard. I'm antisocial. That's the problem.
Leanne, where your friends at?
Right here.
Right.
I like that
Right.
answer, Lee. I
Right
love
here.
that.
I didn't
Yeah.
call mine. I'm out. I'm out. Clean out.
That was a good answer.
So welcome back to Nothing But,
Answers.
a place to come to get all the answers that you need, and we have them. Believe us. Don't research it. Don't look it up. Just take our word for it. So tonight, let's introduce the panel. Ruth, what's going on? How are we doing?
Hello, 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 folks. How are you? I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Good week. Cold week. What happened to spring?
Right. Tricked us.
Oh, yeah. But it came in like a what? Like a lamb. So I guess it's going out like a lion, like they say. So, but good week. Good week. Non eventful. My usual.
Right. Tent life.
Tent
Yeah,
life rock.
yeah, what's up, girl? How you doing?
What's happening? I'm all right considering it's been a long week,
Okay.
especially at work. Very trying.
Mm.
And got some new insights about myself. So
Hmm.
uh I'm having a pretty good week overall.
New insights. Okay.
Hmm.
Mm, no.
You're a hater. And how about you? How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Doing well. Good week. Again, the cold is the worst. Hopefully would get away from us. I think if it was a rain all like tomorrow,
Yes. Mhm.
bad to worse. This New Jersey weather is insane. Um, but other than that, pretty good week. It went by fast. So not much to talk about. Let's just get into it. I know last week things got kind of hot due to you guys giving the wrong answer. Um, so this week we figured we're going to follow that up. Leanne had a couple of videos, some things queued up for us, and we're just going to discuss what we see. And I'm gonna give you guys the right answers. Right, Leanne?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So as she's popping something on the screen, they were so awful last week. You should see it. They were making stuff up. They were seeing stuff that wasn't there.
You
Uh,
were wilding. Get
Wild.
out of here.
Mm.
okay. Wiling today means you were telling the truth. That's what they.
Whatever.
That's how they say you're telling the truth today. You were wiling. You popping one up?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Never move into a woman's house. Oh, that's absolutely right.
Mm.
We want to talk about that. You need to know if you can lead a woman, and these are some of the signs where you can't lead a woman. You can never lead a woman moving into her house. The minute you move into her house, she lose respect for you instantly.
Hmm.
I don't want to hear about those special cases. Everything I know is always but what if? For the majority of cases, when you move in with a woman, she loses respect for you. When a woman is mad with you and you live with her, she points you to the door. We don't kick women out when we get mad. Women kick men out when they get mad easily. We let women rent. Sometimes the man will even leave his own house to go get peace. This is why you can't move in with a woman. She's not going to respect you.
Mm.
That is always going to be her house. So I say this: if I was dating a woman and she had a 2-story house and I had a single wide trailer, she got to sell her house and come live in the trailer with me. Now I
Oh,
might upgrade to a double wide, but the shit gonna be in my name.
Mm.
so
I don't want to hear nothing about.
hey, we heard enough of this, Leanne.
Mm.
Okay, so I guess I would defer to you. How would you guys feel if a man moved into your house? Would you feel kind of what he said? Would you not respect him?
Well, for me, it depends on the arrangement. What we both agreed to, the arrangements would be in that house. Is he paying part of those bills for that house? What are the conditions that he needed to move into my house?
What do you mean your house? It's the problem right there. Go ahead.
No. But we,
Keep going.
since we
Keep going.
did say my house, we did say
Keep
that.
going. Keep going.
And that other part about sell my house and move in to your trailer or wherever you're living, I don't get that piece at all.
What do you think, Leanne?
I ain't gonna hold you. He got a point. It would be hard. Not on some this my house stuff.
Mhm.
Yes, yeah, it is. This
Yeah,
my
it
stuff.
is.
It's my stuff, and you coming in touching my stuff and do
Damn shame.
I don't know about the kicking out thing. Yes, I do. I would be like, there's the door. Yes, I would. This is not going well for me, so why don't you tell us what you think?
Mhm.
So I think that the problem is that people do feel like if you move in her house, you're less than this, that, or the next, and like Ruth said, what are you paying for, and things of that nature. But I don't think respect should be connected to
Mhm.
you moved in my house. I don't think it should be connected to bills. I don't think it should be connected to this, that, or the next. I think you respect the person because you respect them, right? You respect whoever they are for who they are. If you're looking for somebody to bring something to the table, or you're looking for someone to share your bills with, that's different. Again, you guys figure out how to, but it shouldn't be, it's her house, it's my house. It shouldn't come down to that. If it does, then she or he shouldn't be for you. Like somebody's throwing in your face that this is my house that you moved into, then you don't need to be with them, because it's not you. You guys, once you guys start coming together, you should be operating as your home. This is where you guys live. You choose to let this person live here. So, because what if the opposite? So if you move in a man's house, that means that's his house. Huh?
Yeah.
It is. It's his. But we can work through the conditions of me living there with him. Yes.
Yeah, that's the mindset that's messed up. Well, once you move in, that's where you live at. What do you mean?
Yes.
That's where you live at.
I agree.
If
But
you're moving in because you guys are trying to do something together. So if you're going to keep
right.
saying mine and yours, then why be together?
No, I wouldn't necessarily use that language, but that
No.
whole piece about together means both people are contributing to that household, I'm assuming.
Well, again, like if you're living together, like I said,
Mhm.
and listen, I don't know. I'm not. It has nothing to do with contribution, right? If you say, "Hey, listen, you can move in with me," you just said you can move in with me.
Under these conditions
Right.
is what I would
Well,
say.
hey, so if you have conditions to move in with me, then I don't want to. Why am I being with you, right? You're not moving in with me. Like if you have a significant other, you don't move in like, yo, you got to move in, but you got to do. You only way you can move in if you do this, or this. Then you're not ready for her to move in, then, because that's what you're talking about.
There
Like,
still needs to
so,
be clear communication to me about it,
clear communication about what?
about the arrangement.
The arrangement is I live here now.
Yes, and what does that mean? What are
That
you
means I
going
live
to?
here. Now you can definitely have your stipulations, but I live here. I don't. Again,
Yes,
it's
you
not.
live here. Yes.
I live here under the conditions, unless you have a roommate and then you have, you guys, whatever you're doing, then okay. But if this is my significant other, she's not a roommate, right?
Mhm,
She's going to come in and she lives here. Now we could say figure out what that looks like
mhm.
down the road, but it's not like it's conditioned upon her doing this, that, or the next. I don't have her move in to do this, that, or the next, right? That shouldn't be the case. You shouldn't have her move in or him move in now. Now you can set up the way you want to, but it shouldn't be contingent upon that. Like, I want you to move in because I love you. Come on, and then we'll work out whatever work out. You can probably take if I even want you to pay bills, whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
Hopefully you can pay your bills by yourself before I even was there. Hopefully, so you shouldn't need a person to pay your bills.
No, not need. But again, I think when these things are communicated early at the beginning, this is when that argumentative piece might come in and says, "Oh, this is my house. You're not doing this. You're not." So let's settle the arrangement.
Well, this is my house. I'm gonna come up regardless of what you're doing. You could be doing that, and it's still gonna be their house.
But let's talk about the arrangements early, so
But
there's no
again,
miscommunication.
that doesn't matter. You could be doing everything they ask. They still would say, "This is my house," right?
They could.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. That you setting arrangements up is not going to stop. The fact should be like when I move in, this has to be like somewhere that I can be, and you can't just kick me out. Right. That's what we have to talk about. I don't think. But and then the thing where he said you got to move in his trailer.
What about that part?
He's foolish. I think that's because he feels like he needs to control the situation, and control is based on him owning the trailer, not the home, the trailer. Like that's not even good sense. Like if I want my family to win, I'm like, all right, you have a house, we'll move in your house, and we'll this is what we'll do. We'll get rid of this little trailer. But again, that's because we feel like our leadership or a man or a woman has to do with what we have. You guys are basically off of things, and that's where we become. I think that's what, like people. Even you said it would be your house.
I know what I said, and I meant that.
Exactly.
But listen,
so we're basing it off of things. Like you said, him moving to your house, you wouldn't even respect him the same.
See, I didn't say I wouldn't respect him.
No,
I said it would be tough.
You did, Neil.
I did not.
You did.
Lee said she might have a tough time with that. I did not say that.
He would have to do this.
But I didn't say I wouldn't respect him.
That is, you're saying if he can't do this, that, or the next, he can't move in your house.
The arrangements.
If he can't do this, that, if he can't do this, that, or the next, he can't move in your house. That's what you said.
That's not respect. These are the conditions for you to move into the house.
That's not love. That's not anything. You're saying it's conditional.
Not love.
No, it's conditional. You have conditions on everything. You can move in and be with me.
Just what your part is going to be in my house.
You can, right? If it's your house, I don't want you or your house, right? So
that's boundaries.
It's conditional. It's conditional.
It's boundaries.
I hear what you're saying. Everything is so conditional. Everything is based off of conditions. You're saying no, but you said it's conditions to move in my house.
Everything isn't, Daryl. But if you're going to come into a situation where somebody already has something that they've worked toward, then we have to talk about the boundaries, whatever you want to call it.
If you let me move, I get that. But if you're letting me move in, talking about my house, then I don't want to be in your house.
Well, if we agree on it, I don't have to ever use language of my house.
No, you will, because you already said it. You're saying I got to set these boundaries to let you know that this is my house.
There has to be some agreement. I didn't say boundaries, but there has to be agreements.
Well, boundaries, agreements. Okay. Agreement is
potato,
I love you and want you to move in.
I love you. I want you to move in. Let's work towards this together. And how are you contributing, my love?
So I got to contribute to your love? I don't want you.
To our home, you do. Yes.
Again, I don't want you.
All right, bye.
If you're not contributing to wait, hold up. If you're not contributing to the home, then that's a no.
No. What I'm saying is that I said I'm not asking you to do. I'm not saying that that's a condition for you to live with me. Right? That's not a condition.
To the home.
Right? No, that's not a condition. You know what I mean? If I'm asking you to move in, and then say, but you only can move in if you do that to me, then I don't want to move in. I don't want to move in under your conditions, right? If you're asking me to move in because we're going to build something, then naturally somebody will say they may want to do something.
Not everybody will.
They may not, but again, I may not need them to, right? I have my home already. You're moving
Yes.
into something that's already running, up and running, right? So again, I may not need you to contribute to the home that way. Maybe it's food. Maybe you're gonna do whatever you're gonna do. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. So if someone moves in your house, you wouldn't have any boundaries. Like what? Because you let them move in your house. So if you would you want? I don't know what the boundaries would be. Right? If I'm asking to be with you and share my life with you, this house is yours as well, right? I mean, we would talk about maybe. Well, I don't care about furniture, maybe, but I mean, I'm just saying it's not a condition. I mean, it's not a condition. Like it's not like if you don't pay this much, you can't live with me. Like that's I don't think that would be something that I would have.
So we just have to assume they're going to come in on good merit and do the right thing by you and the household.
If you pick the wrong person,
that's what we assume.
Well, if you just let anybody live with you, then that's on you, right? This person you're asking to live with you you should have been vetted. You guys should have been dating. You know what I mean? You should kind of know what it is. Like, but so if you're letting someone come in,
but there's no guarantee to that character,
and they're going to be a couch potato, then you pick wrong. Okay, well you got to live with that.
People,
but I'm hoping if I'm,
That's why you say it's my house and get out.
Well, yeah, people change at anything. So you can say that. You say that with anything. So you're not saying anything that goes, that goes without saying. Anybody can do anything. But I'm hoping that first of all, you should be running your home already without that person. So if you're asking someone to move in, and I'm not saying you have to move in under the guise of doing X, Y, and Z. I want you to move in because I love you, and then we'll figure it out. That's just me. I'm not saying. So what if they say, "Well, we can't pay that money"? You see, now they can't move in.
No. So what can we agree to then? Let's talk about a different agreement then.
Okay.
I mean, I'm open to that.
Again, so it's still an agreement. It's still they have to do something to move in. Their love is not enough. Your relationship is not enough.
Oh,
okay. I thought it was me. It's like, But that's interesting. I don't know. I don't. That's why I wouldn't move in anybody's house. And because if I moved in someone's house, I'm like, all right, look, I'm coming in. You know what? I'll throw you this. No, love is in the
Sorry, my internet.
Who is Facebook user? Can you say your name, please? Because we can't see it. I get it. It's tough, right? Because
it's Jolene.
Oh, what's up, JoJo?
Hi,
So it is tough because sometimes when you I guess it is tough. You're because you got to be vulnerable. You got to allow somebody in your space. It can get. What's up, JoJo? It can. You have. And again, I would hope that they come in and they would contribute, and then you guys can talk about maybe, hey, well, they'll buy the food. I don't know. I'm just saying it's not conditional. I'm not. If I ask you to move in, it's not under conditions that you pay half the mortgage or whatever the case may be. That wouldn't be something for me. That's just me. Everybody can have their conditions they want.
So then if financially, let's say you can run your household, right? And you don't have those conditions set up with your significant other that comes in. And let's say you lose your job or something goes haywire with your financial stability. Are you just to assume they're going to step up, or do we already have something in place to make sure that we're going to keep things rolling?
So I don't know. I don't know if you even talk about that. Emily, do you talk about in the relationships in the beginning, like when you live together?
If you're moving into my property, we do. Yes, we do.
So if you move in a joint property, do you talk about it then?
I think you talk about stuff at the beginning, regardless. Joint.
I don't know. I've never had the conversation. Like if I lose my job, let me speak this into existence. I'm gonna need you to pay for everything. I don't remember. I don't know. Maybe that may be a conversation to have. I don't remember having it. I would think that naturally, that if you're in a home and it can't get paid for, you're gonna have to try to pay for it somehow. And then you should already kind of like if she work at Mobile Gas, she might not be able to pay for the home. So you're already gonna need to have a backup, and we need to have a backup anyway for ourselves just in case. So okay. I mean, you would hope your partner would help you out, like you said. Sometimes crisis situations bring the worst out of people.
This is
and
true.
You're both homeless.
That's why we're going to have an agreement and you're going to sign off on it. That's how we're going to do it.
So you're moving in, you're signing off on
Yes,
stuff.
you are.
That's silly.
Okay. Silly,
It's
but
no
That's
different than a prenup.
that's it.
Well, no, I'm saying, well, why
That's
don't you just get married then? Again, this is what I'm talking about. It
That's
makes no
probably
sense.
the plan.
It's not you, and me signing this little piece of paper don't mean anything.
It will in court.
It won't. You don't even have a CO. You're not allowed to charge tenants money. What are you talking about? That wouldn't even work. So that's a waste of time.
All that. We'll see.
Hey, man, go to the next one, please. This is crazy.
Oh, this is crazy.
But I think things are so conditional today. Everything is based on
They need
if
to be.
you do, if this happens, and I think that's why relationships don't last because they are so conditional.
Mm-hmm.
Are not bosses. I'm sick of the narrative that Black women are strong, independent.
I didn't
and
say
we're
strong independent.
well, we're not. A man does not want a woman who says she's a boss. sweetheart.
Men don't want a
No,
boss.
no man.
Take a
They
picture,
respect you as your singer and they're
That's
pandering
fine.
because of your talent. But are they taking you home and saying that's my wife?
Somehow,
There's a difference
that's a
between your art and being a wife. Because the
Yeah.
Bible, you talked about being a Christian,
Yeah.
but it says the older women need to teach the younger women, and younger women need to listen, be submissive. But you know how many young women are not submissive to what men say? But you say you're a Christian woman. You can't be a Christian woman and buck against what men are saying. That is anti-biblical, it's anti-God, and it makes you the great whore of Babylon.
I'm gonna be honest.
Claim Christianity if you're not willing to submit to when men are telling you.
I can
A lot of
claim
women are Christian
Christianity.
feminists. You claim Christianity when it works in your favor,
Not
but
necessarily.
you put down men and say, you're rebellious. You are antichrist and you are Jezebel. Black women are not bosses.
Wow.
Wow.
She said a mouthful.
That's some strong language there. Yeah.
Yeah.
What y'all think as a women? What do you think? Was she on point?
I think she had a point, and then she quickly lost it.
Where did she lose it at, Lynn? Tell me where she lost it.
Great whore of Babylon.
Well, she said the biblically, that's what it'd be if you ain't listening. You know what I mean? You astray.
Nah.
Wow.
It's Bible wrong then.
Nah. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Okay, there. It's
Because-
getting hot over there.
Mm. Yes, it is.
Please call in, please. We want to hear your
Please.
voices. The number's on the screen. What do you
Wow.
think, Ruth?
You really want to know?
No, I do. I really want to know.
That woman's crazy and delusional. And she's basically saying no man wants a boss babe, an independent woman. So he quiet.
Wait a minute. Nobody wants anybody independent. No.
That's what I heard her say.
Yeah, she's telling you they don't.
But yet you want to move into my house. I'm a little bit confused.
I don't know
That's
who wanted
like
to move in.
saying I don't want somebody
Mm-hmm.
to take care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
No. I can see. I always get confused, right? When people run around talking about they're strong, independent Black woman. I mean, everybody's independent when you're by yourself. I think it's no men don't run around saying I'm a strong, independent man. No, I'm just taking care of myself. I'm living life. So to say that is almost like for what? Who are you trying to prove it to? You should be independent. You should be taking care
A
of yourself.
lot of times,
if you're alone.
we're selling it to men because men have it's been the going phrase of women need a man.
Mm.
When was that
You-
the phrase?
I've heard it.
It's yeah,
A few
it's
times? Okay.
been it's been there for a while that women need men and can't do anything without a man.
When women make stuff up. I don't know who said that.
What?
I don't know. I think
You've never
I do
heard
know.
that?
I hear more often the I'm independent, I'm strong, and I pay my own bills. But do you want a pat on the back for doing what you're supposed to do in life? I'm confused. I think that's what we're supposed to do. But maybe that's what Leanne, you're telling me something that I don't know. Maybe that's what it comes from. It stems out of that feeling of or women are using men, etc. Gold dude. Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
But and I think that comes too from when you hear, men are supposed to be providers. They must provide everything for us. You know, You just kind of said yourself, why would you move in my house? Which means it's a connotation that a man should be doing something. He should have his own house, so he shouldn't move in your house. So the connotation you're saying is still there of a man not being a man if he's moving in your house.
No, I was talking about that independence piece, though, that she's not, he may not want an independent woman. Well, clearly, if I have my own house that you're moving into, I'm an independent woman.
No, any woman you meet should be independent, or she would be with somebody, right? She would be dependent on someone else or with someone, not dependent, but with someone. So we should be independent when we meet. I should be an independent man. I'm a strong independent man, do my own thing. And as the woman you meet, and then you come together and you grow and you do things together. So go ahead.
I'm sorry, you can't be independent and submissive. That's what I heard her say too. Like they just want you to be submissive and not independent, not talk about this boss babe stuff.
So I don't that doesn't resonate with me. I'm not really sure what she meant.
I heard her talking about
I heard what she said, and I don't know. I mean, submissive. I think that everything has its place, right? I think that at times we both acquiesce, right? So I don't know. I'm not, and that's the other thing too. When people say submissive, I think it's so many different meanings to it. Even when people say a provider, a leader, there's so people take that sometimes, I think, far left. So I don't know about that, because I think I would want a woman who was a go-getter, who gets it done, who's doing her thing, or whatever case may be, or whatever. I don't know. I didn't know being a boss was a problem. Like,
right. That's what I'm saying. I think you can be both.
She's over handling her business, but I think that's the problem. It's the way the narrative that's being spun. It makes us to be the drag. The narrative that's being spun is kind of, who's that, Leanne? The narrative that's being spun, it makes it so adversarial. Jonathan, there we go. What up? The narrative that's being spun does make it very adversarial, right? It makes it very adversarial. And I don't think we're having the same conversation sometimes. And
right.
So again, I don't know.
I think you're right. I think those absolutes that you can't be this unless you're that. I mean, you can be a combination of things and still have that work.
Right.
You can be a submissive boss babe if you want to be.
I don't know what that is. I'm not sure if you can be that.
Yes, you can be that. I know that.
No, I don't know. How do you know that? Because
I know how to do that. You can be submissive and also run your business. You can do both for your mate if that's what you choose to do.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't understand when they say a boss, what they're saying, because I would think that if your woman is doing her thing, I don't know how that's a negative, right? I don't know how that's bad. And submissive, they throw this word submissive around. I don't know what they even mean when they say it sometimes, because I think people sometimes mean like she can't have a say, she should just listen, which is crazy. I don't know. So it doesn't make, I don't know. It's just some of these things that I think a lot of stuff is for clickbait. I think everything she said in that was for this, for people to talk about. What do you think, Leanne? Hello, fam. I love the man's perspective being expressed.
Wow.
It's so simple and clear. Who's that, Leanne?
Jonathan.
Oh, okay, cool. What do you feel, Leanne?
I do feel, huh?
Go ahead.
What'd you say?
Did Jonathan call in?
I feel like, I don't know what I feel. What was the topic? I mean, not the topic. What was you asking me?
We just saw a video of a young woman speaking about what she feels women should and shouldn't be and what a man would like. I would just want for you to express.
I said my opinion already. I thought she was going well in the beginning, then kind of fell off course and just simply Lee
Right.
Fire. Ah.
Right. What was the topic? Like, where did you leave? Wow.
We
Hey,
need Lee. She can't be fired. We need her. No,
I will say she's doing 101 things over there.
that's
so
right. We need her. Mm-mm.
She started off good, but then she just kind of lost me. I just think I think what it is for me is the word submissive gets thrown around so much, and it's a trigger
Mm.
for me.
Because you don't want to be submissive. I'm sorry.
Well, this is true
There it is. That's why it's a trigger.
because I'm a boss.
There it is.
It's
You
like,
can be
nah,
both, Lee. You
I
can do
know
both.
I can be both.
You can do both.
I can
Lee.
do both, but no, really, the word submissive really triggers me,
Mhm.
and it's like, what are you talking about?
You can do both.
You
I
can
agree
do both.
with that. We can do both.
No. I'm saying Leanne can't do both. I don't know
Leanne,
what
you
she
can tell
do.
him how you can do both.
I don't know what she
Leanne,
do.
tell him.
You're I don't know. I think but getting, like I said, I definitely think we need a definition on submissive, like what people are saying. I think we need to ask every person when they say I need a woman, well, what does that mean? I think we need to know, because I don't know sometimes what they mean.
And they don't know.
What's the boss? What do they mean? What's the boss? Like, what does
Mhm.
that mean? You know, does that mean you're gonna be bumping heads? And I definitely want to be bumping heads with somebody all the
Yeah.
time, like at
Yeah.
home. You know what I mean? Because I don't want that. But we need that more definition. What's the next one, Leanne?
Mm-hmm.
Because that was crazy. I need you to pay attention, Leanne, because you was kind of.
Lee, do
I
what
got
you
it. I
You
got
almost
it.
got that,
Do
you
what
almost
you
got that
do.
pink slip. Almost received that pink slip because you over here. Okay, well, let's do this.
When you watch these talk shows
Mhm.
and these women come on up, I can't find a man because I am a software engineer and I make this and this and that and the third. You never hear them say, you know what, Tamron Hall, you know what, Steve Harvey or whoever, I am single because I can't find a man who needs a soft and gentler woman, a man that wants a woman who is interdependent, resourceful. She is a woman who knows how to be in the queen and princess energy. She's a woman that is agreeable, but she will challenge you. I'm a woman that knows how to be what it means to be a woman. Help me find somebody who needs a woman like that. No, I don't cook all the time, but I can make sure that you eat. I'm a good for his people and his portfolio. Steve, can you help me find somebody? Do we ever hear that?
Absolutely not.
Because you won't have a hard time connecting with a man if you
Facts.
lead with that.
Fact.
Simple. Ding, 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 ding.
Mhm.
Let's go.
I agree with that.
Hey, come on. Give it up for us. Give it up.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I totally agree with that. And that's the balance I'm speaking of.
Sure you are.
With it, that is the balance I was speaking of.
Sure you're not. You're
You
not
can
speaking
have
of that
both
now.
worlds. Yes, you can.
No, she didn't say you can have both worlds. I think you need to listen again. Men, mature men aren't seeking out submissive women, right? It's not our goal. I agree. Now, I think what she said is kind of what we talked about. Put into words exactly what those words or what it is to be X, Y, and Z. So she put into words what she felt, was, like I could be submissive, but I could be challenging. She said exactly I don't cook all the time, but I will make sure you eat. Again, I know what I'm dealing with there. So now it's not you can't say I didn't know at that point. So I think she expressed who she was, right? And didn't go on these old adages like, oh, I need this, that, or the next, whatever the case may be. Is she just expressed who she was?
Oh, I thought she was talking about me.
I think she was. Lee.
I'm pretty sure.
You should have let it play a little longer. You would have heard the name.
I do think that she made some valid points, and I think that's what people should do. Just say, "This is who I am. This is what I can offer."
I agree.
And then, like she said, as anyone, you could see, like, okay, I'm interested in that. I'm interested to see if that's really true or not.
That's called the balanced mate. Faces or not, that's called the balanced mate.
Tell me how she's balanced, Ruth. Tell me where the
Again,
balance.
she's saying over here you have X, over here you have Y. I may
No,
not cook all
I
the
didn't hear
time.
her say
You're
anything.
going to eat.
I didn't
Okay.
hear anything about X and Y.
Well,
So I
that's my
missed that
example.
part.
I may not cook all the time. You're going to eat. We may not be romping around every single moment like rabbits, but I'm gonna make sure you're satisfied.
I didn't hear
Okay.
that either.
He didn't say that, but I'm giving you my own examples.
But I think it was more of that. Like I think the biggest take I heard from her was like, listen, I can't be submissive, but I will challenge you on some things, right? If I feel
It's
so.
a balance.
Right. That.
Why is that not a balance, Daryl?
So communication works where one person speaks, right? And then when that person's done,
Didn't
the
you?
other person speaks.
Let me be
No,
submissive. Let me be submissive.
Thank you. See, it's tough. It's tough. No, yeah. Again, I mean, I think she was balanced in what she knew what she had. Like this is me. Take it or leave it.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being, saying, "Oh, there's no men out here. No one wants me." No. Well, this was actually pretty. What do you think, Leanne? You said this is you.
Yeah, I mean, she described me to the T.
There we go.
Not the first part, but the second part of what she was saying. I just think that she has a good point about what women say they are or we are as far as independent and this, that, versus saying, oh, I'm gentle and I'm also sensitive, but I will not let you just run all over me at the same time or challenge whatever, however you want to call it.
Right.
So I think it's just a matter of, for women out there who are still in the game trying to find someone, when the questions are, soften your approach. I think overall that's what she's saying, instead of coming off from a very black and white financial way of thinking.
Very interesting. I think even I think it was Jacob who said men aren't really checking for submissiveness.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You want someone that that it does have an opinion, someone that is going to be able to talk, that is going to say, hey, look, I don't think that's what it's going to be, right? You want that. You don't want anyone, you say, hey, we're gonna go left. All right, let's go left. Now we drove off the cliff because you wouldn't give your opinion because you think submissive means be quiet or just be very agreeable to everything. I mean, know what you want to eat, please. When you say you're hungry, know what you want to eat at least. But
no, that ain't never gonna happen.
Never.
See, you guys don't want to be better. That's what I'm talking about. Play the next one, Leanne. See, as we start to get better, we see women relapse. They don't want to get better. They don't want to, think ahead like I'm hungry. Maybe we could get X, Y, and Z. But come on, women. You gotta try a little bit. Goodness gracious.
Or do you prefer equality?
Equality.
What about you?
I'm gonna agree.
What about yourself?
Equality.
Okay, so you said you in a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who paid for the first date?
Who paid for it? Him.
Yeah. Who paid for the second date?
It's been a while.
But what you think?
Probably him.
Interesting.
Who paid for the third date if you got to think?
Probably him.
Okay, that's not equality.
You've used my logic against me.
How long was that she couldn't work anymore? Be honest.
Like 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's not equality. What about you, Gigi?
I've done that before, so
But you
I would
broke up
say
with the
like,
dude.
well, yeah. So I'd say maybe like 3 months, honestly.
3 months. And what about you?
I say a year.
The ladies that said that you prefer equality over chivalry, your answers contradicted yourselves. And the fact that I have a timeline on it, that means that it's not equal because men, it's in our nature to provide for a woman forever. So even though you say one thing, which is like a politically correct answer, because the media right now is ruled by the crazy Dems and they socially constructed your mind to believe nonsense, but true deep down in your deepest part of your soul, you don't want equality.
So what you guys want, chivalry or equality?
Whew. Chivalry.
We got him. Okay, I'm sorry.
I mean, I just don't think we're gonna be. I know I hate to say this. I just don't think we're going to be equal. At times, somebody's going to give more than the other. Somebody's going to be doing more than the other. Whether it's her shouldering the parental and household duties, him shouldering providing and the maintenance and upkeep of the home. Like at all times there's going to be an offset in one way or the other. So while that offset is there, I want you to be chivalrous. Because it's not going to be equal.
So, very interesting. I think this is interesting. Very interesting. Go ahead, Neil. What do you have?
I kind of agree with that, Lee, that I'm not sure it's ever 50-50 equal for the equality piece. But I think that if we're both looking out for each other, when one is shouldering something, the other one is picking up the other pieces and vice versa. So in that way, it becomes more equal. I
guess in his question, so in the beginning, so he's paying for the date. So I don't know. I don't like how he phrased that either, because I don't know if that has anything to do with equality.
What, paying for the date?
Because it wasn't like they couldn't pay or didn't pay. He may not have wanted them to pay, right? So I don't necessarily agree to that question was actually a question trying to get them, right? It's like gotcha, but I don't know if it was really that, right? I think that's when we oversimplify things, just because the man may have paid for the first date because he might have felt like, I want to pay. You know, he may have asked her, or he may have told her, no, I don't want you to pay, right? So I don't know if they even have anything to do with each other, to be honest, to me. Now, if their thought process was he had to pay for the first date, that may be different, right? If you think someone has to do something, then that's a little different, right?
And the other piece is, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, but if I'm just doing it out of the kindness of my heart, like, have a chivalry, because I feel like, I'm going to pay. I asked you out. I don't see how that's not equal.
Right.
That doesn't make sense to me.
We don't know the other piece that she may have offered to pay.
That's what I mean. She may have offered.
I mean, even after he said, I'm going to pay, she may have said, no, let me do it. And he's like, no,
right.
Like you're saying.
Right. Yeah. So it's so like a lot of these, and this is why I have a problem with a lot of these podcasts. You see everybody looks very young. They're still trying to figure it out. And then they're trying to now have these answers for things. I don't think they really have the answers. So it's more of a gotcha moment. We want to prove our point by trying to set you up with these questions. It doesn't make too much sense to me, right? I don't know. And I believe kind of what Leanne says, the equality. I think the relationship will be equal because you'll set it up the way you want to set it up. If one person is going to do something, cool. If one person, but as long as you guys are talking about it, because again, it may be different. Maybe the man is doing most of the shower. Maybe the woman is working. However your relationship is set up, you set it up to your likings. And that's what we got to start doing. Setting it up in ways that just benefit us, not trying to have these old ways of doing things or what we thought it was. Back in the day, our grandparents stayed together. Well, that relationship might have looked a lot different. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's interesting. I don't know.
And again, I was going to add, chivalry needs to be defined there too, wouldn't you say? Because I think that's different for different men and women. I think they feel, if I pulled your chair out, I was being chivalrous. If I paid for the date, I was being chivalrous. And somebody else might say, well, that's not it for me. So
right. Yeah. Again, I think we have to define these words because
I agree.
They may not mean the same thing to everybody. right? Everybody, you're right, Ruth. So I think we do need to define what chivalry is, and you know, what we expect. Yada 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 yada. So play the next one, Leanne. 'Cause that one, I don't know. It was kind of
Said
weird.
that men are built to bear the hard work and all that stuff. Y'all think y'all built for it.
And why you say that?
I say that because often y'all think I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna get the money, I'm gonna go to work and get the money. What about emotionally? What about the fact that when you come home and you haven't had time to decompress, you haven't had time to yourself, you throw the whole house energy off? What about the fact that you might be in the morning time in the mood when you leaving out and the kids is up getting ready for school too? You might not be in the best mood thinking you're ready to actually go to work right now, and you throw off my kids' school day before they go to school. That happens too. And a lot of the time, because you guys don't give yourself the space to actually exert emotions and to talk about how you feel, and I'm talking about the traditional man from the perspective that you gave me, that's an issue.
What do you think, Ruth? You shaking your head over there.
I mean,
you back.
First of all, how do we define the traditional man? Again, we have to define these things. But that whole piece about the transitional times for the moods, yes, men have to take those times, I think, for themselves and make sure they transition from work to home and so forth. But we also have to allow space for them to do that. I think they go together.
I was about to ask that question. Like, when is this time he's supposed to do? I mean, if it seemed like he was what they say, that provider, he has to work. He might have worked 16 hours and he's come home. What are you supposed to do?
Yep.
Right. I've been work all day. So then it's going to look a lot different. So you have to allow that space for it. And sometimes that space is not allowed. And if it's not allowed, then I might be cranky. You might be off if you're working. And I don't know. That's tough. So I would love to be on the panel, see the rest of it, to see what the response was to that, because I'd be like, well, if he's working, then when's he gonna get this time? He just came home and you expect him to do what? It does become tough.
And I think we have to remember that. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Lee. I'll go after.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree.
Leanne said, go now.
I definitely agree. Yeah.
So, Neil, what do you think?
I agree too. No, I think that, again, we as women sometimes, not all of us, can jump and say, you're just, like you're saying, cranky when you get home and you don't want to take the kids, and I've had the kids. But you have to then say, okay, you know what? I'm going to give you this transitional time. Like, my husband works from home, right? And it's just us. Okay. But if I'm running around doing things and I know he's working, I'll come in and leave his space for him in between that transitional time before I expect time together. If that makes sense.
Expect time together? What do you mean expect time together?
Meaning, okay, before we spend time together, let me say spend time.
Okay. I'm like, expect. He might.
The expect piece means that I'm aware that he hasn't had his time. That's what I'm saying. Before I expect anything from him. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Good.
You see what I mean? So I give him that space. I'm like, okay, he's been working all day. I might have been here and there a little bit, but I'm going to give him his time, do what he wants to do for a couple of hours, and let me know if it's time to check in together.
Right.
But we have to figure out where to make those little pockets of time for our men, because it is hard on the man.
Right. And it's hard on people, right? And
it is.
I think that, again, in these podcasts, we have these people who are just kind of figuring out themselves. They give answers that sound like it makes sense. But in theory, sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't actually, in application, doesn't look that way. So it's the blind leading the blind. And that's why I think relationships are really going down the tube. They're going, they're not really working like they should. So, hell, everyone, what? I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Heaven, everyone. How dare you? Who is that, Lynn? If you know.
I don't know.
Okay, jump to the next one. Please get that off the screen, because I'm going to get my Bible. as I walk through
Holy
the valley
water.
of the
Get your
shadow of
holy
death.
water out too.
Yes. Hell, everyone. This is crazy. And Leanne still got it up there.
Leanna's struggling.
Don't
Bear
holy
with
water.
me.
Don't holy water on
You want
there.
me to sing in between, Leanne?
Yes, please. This is not Doc.
Yes.
I mean, it's got Neil. Oh,
It's me. Hello.
Leanne, please hit the button. Please, something. Me. Hello. Who's me? Who's me?
Yes, who are you? Reveal yourself.
Okay, let's see what this one has. I mean, the last. Okay. Let's see what's going on here.
As men love more authentically than women. This is why.
Okay.
Women are in love with love.
Yes.
And because of that, I think you guys are wired to stick anybody in that spot. You can make him fit. You guys are socialized from little girls to fall in love with the process, the pageantry of love, the courting phase and the dates. Put his hand on my thigh. We walk down the aisle and all that stuff. On the flip side, when a man figures out that realizes that he's in love, that's not a happy experience. He's like, I do. Because that is a responsibility. Now, because again, our two jobs are provide and protect. I love her means that I'm willing to die for her. That's not part of your responsibility. Right. So we're not going to be as flippant or as generous with that love. Plus, we're not socialized to fall in love with the whole process and shit like that. I think men love.
Very interesting. What do you think? What do you think?
Nah.
Okay, tell me more.
I think women love just as authentic as men do when you boil down to it. Because we're not going to put just anybody in that slot. Don't do that. Don't
sorry,
do
go
that.
ahead.
You're a hater.
Go
We're
ahead.
not just putting anybody in that slot.
I'm sorry. I hitting that by mistake.
Oh my gosh. It is thought out and calculated in certain circumstances.
Neil,
Oh my
stop doing
gosh.
that. Stop doing that, Neil.
Hands up. Ain't got no button. Lee, I'm sorry.
You see women out here giving a last for love, doing everything they can for love.
That's what he said. That's what I think he kind of said. What do you got, Neil?
I thought he said that men love more authentically than the women. That's what I heard. Okay, and I agree with Lee that women, depending on the woman, of course, can love just as authentically, just as hard as a man. We don't walk around with it on our sleeve saying, I'll die for you, but know that I'll die for mine. So I think just as authentic, just as hard, depending on the person.
So we did a show here before, and we said how like women fall in, like you said, the difference is women fall in love much easier. They fall in love, like I said, with the pageantry, with the things surrounding, with the dates, with the honeymoon phase. Women fall in love a lot easier, right? They fall in love every time in that honeymoon. They fall in love, and then they realize maybe 3 months later they're not in love. So what I think he was saying, which we saw studies that women do fall in love a lot easier due to how the oxytocin and things of that nature are presented in men and women in the beginning. He said for a man to fall in love, his words was it, takes a lot more. It takes a lot more for a man to get to the point where he, just to say she is his girlfriend, it takes him a lot. So sometimes women been dating a man for 5 years and he only been dating her 6 months, both in the same relationship, right? Because sometimes men think differently. I think that's what he was alluding to. So I guess what I got from him is it takes men a lot longer to love, which means they love because it's more authentic. Like once they get to love, it's because they in his mind, he feels like they went through everything, they checked everything, the honeymoon phase, everything, and now he feels like they that love is different because women just love a lot quicker. So, do I know more women that fall in love on the honeymoon phase? Yes. Do women fall in love a lot quicker? Yes. You know, like you said, you got women out here giving their last to men who don't love them, who are not on the same, not where they're at. Yes. But I think we both can love authentically when you find that person. But I guess maybe he was talking about what getting to love, you know, maybe getting there. And I think women are more free to love, right? They're taught to love. Men maybe are not really taught to really show emotions and stuff. So it takes us a lot longer to let our walls down sometimes. So, I mean, again, he's saying some things that sound cool for the click, you know.
Right.
But like you guys said, love will be authentic whenever you get there. So I think he should have said love, because he talked about the beginning of it, the relationship. So I don't think he should have said love. He should have said, you know, that the honeymoon phase, some butterflies that make you feel good. I think women feel good and better about a relationship earlier than men sometimes.
Okay.
I do concede that point. I can see that. Right. But I don't know. That's not love. Well, I wouldn't consider it love. Maybe some people will, so I can't tell people what is or what isn't. But I would feel like that's just that honeymoon butterflies that you get. So I don't know. So I guess we kind of all agree.
Yeah, I think so on that one.
Yeah, I think he was just he was saying play the next one, Leanne. You hear him say that? He said he would love to see the next one.
He would authentically love to see the next one.
Authentically love. Love.
Yeah, love.
That's very interesting. Oh, okay. We'll let this play first.
The guy that and just last week is here with his homeboy and 2 females.
Now, but for clarification, you guys wasn't in an official relationship.
No, not an official relationship.
And given this situation, my man can date.
He can date whoever he want to date. But let's talk about the real conversation needs to be had. The real conversation is she feels taken advantage of and she feels used.
Yep.
And as a woman, as a Black woman, it's very hard for us to even find a way to get into that soft area, to find the energy to be feminine and soft. Because most of us by default then had to be in survival mode for so long that going into soft mode take work. Like being able to break out of that exterior, that take a lot of work. So for you to have done that work and giving yourself to someone that you felt like was deserving of that, only to have that thrown in your face is a slap in the face.
It is.
But let's leave that. Now I'm gonna leave that there. But I'm gonna have you gotta hold your own for a second, because you had no business that you know wasn't for you, and you know where your heart at for him.
Hold on, you said throwing around the love word. Did he throw the word love around?
Yeah.
He took advantage of her.
So
you hold.
Hold on.
Wherever you
Leanne, you gotta go first.
Why I gotta go first?
So what is going on here? Talk to me.
So in this situation, she slept with a dude, and he told her he loved her, and she slept with him, only to come to find out that they're at the same venue together, and he's there with 2 other females and his homeboy. So she feels like, damn, you did me wrong, you did me dirty, because it's not what it is. And to that, I'm gonna say, it's not your fault, it's not her fault, but You did what grown folks do, and this one just got away from you. I mean, he was manipulative, if that's what you want to call it, but y'all both got something out of the situation that y'all wanted.
Oh.
And at the time, so ain't no sense of being crying and all that. Just pull it together and move on. It's not. I don't know how submissive she was in this situation, because it was just giving up the cookie. But I guess that took a lot for her to do that. And in a lot of cases for women, it is for respectable women. Well, what is a respectable woman? We could go down this road all day, but
Oh.
it's just disheartening to see. And unfortunately, it's a role or play out scenario that has been done since the dawn of time. So that's what I have to say.
What you got, Neil?
I got to follow that. That was good, Lee. I agree with Lee that maybe she got her feelings hurt and got played a little bit there. However, grown folk behavior has grown folk consequences. And they did say that they were not in an exclusive relationship. I heard that word. So that means we were just doing things. And I'm not sure how authentically he threw around the word love, or how she perceived the way he threw around that word love. So did he have a right to be at the same function with two other, women and his homeboy? After that, he did. He did.
Yeah.
It hurts, but he did.
Yeah, I don't see the problem is her and her big mouth. She should have just kept this to herself. Because they weren't in an exclusive relationship. She gave up, she like I said, did it.
Oh.
And from that happening, now she might have felt more connected to him than he was to her, which we talked about again through the oxytocin. Women after sex sometimes will feel closer to a man than a man will to a woman. So it doesn't seem like this is good practice. It seemed like she was looking for something, and maybe he did say "I love you," and that let her do some things when they didn't have any. They didn't talk about anything. There was nothing set up. There was this. It was what it was, and she wanted more, and he just, did. He just got it. And then I would say, so I don't know what she wanted in that time. And I don't know what the other girl was talking about, going on that long soliloquy about women letting me guard. I don't know what that even had to do with it. If you want to talk and be honest, like, listen, you need to really vet people better before you take it there, right? You're not in a committed relationship with them, and if you're taking it there with them, that's on you. You should understand what that means. It doesn't mean that you guys are together. It doesn't mean the relationship is moving in any direction. You just had sex. That's it. That's all it meant. You had sex. To make it try to mean more is silly. And that's what we got to understand, both ways. Even if he felt a certain way. No, you guys had no real bond to each other. And then, like I said, if he's saying I love you, but we're not together, that's also weird to me. Right? That's weird that we're not in a committed relationship, but he's saying I love you. So it may have been some manipulation there, or it may have been, I don't know. But I think that her getting up doing that didn't help anything. Now we know who you are, and we know how to get you.
Johnny. And unfortunately, sometimes we hear things the way we want to hear them,
Right.
It may not have been said that way, but she took it the way she thought she should take it, and not good.
and it goes back to what the guy was just saying about the love. You guys sometimes, women may love differently, too quickly, more without enough things to really build it. Like they're like I said, they're making this love be real. And, it may not. And she may have given herself. So hopefully he learned from that. And if he's doing that, intentionally saying I love you, that's foul too. So it's not negating what he's doing. It's also say he is that's not good behavior. That's foul. You feel me? That's real foul. To try to manipulate to get some.
That's when the 90-day rule comes in loud.
90-day rule is stupid.
I knew you were going to say that. That's why I said
it is dumb. So now it's got to wait 90 days. Okay, I got other girls. I wait 90 days.
And
then
yes, you wait until we see where we're going with this. Yes.
And then and I'm going. Like
all right.
All you did
but my feelings weren't be hurt like hers. Okay.
Now wouldn't they be? You waited 90 days. I'm just gonna wait 90 days to get it.
Whatever, but it won't be with me. I didn't get my feelings manipulated.
Why when your feelings get hurt? You're waiting 90 days. Just like she waited. She wait and I did what I had to do, and then I'm gonna get it, then I'm gonna leave. Your 90 days doesn't absolve you from it happening to you. It's still gonna happen. It's gonna take 90 days. Okay. I know I gotta wait for it.
No, maybe he messed up on, the day before the 90 day.
He didn't. He already told you he loved you. He got you. He broke down and he got it in 45. It's fine. Your little 90-day rule is silly. Stop. Again, this is the problem. That also is a problem because you're setting yourself up because you're saying, if they make it to 90 days, you already in your mind subconsciously you're telling yourself, it can happen. So you're already what you should do is make, whatever it is, whatever your barometer is, know what it is. And then when that person, when you feel it, then it can happen. It doesn't have to be 90 days. Don't have to be 3 days. It could be a year. Whatever it is, it should be individual to that person. And when you feel like it can go there, then and it meets whatever you meet, then you go there. Because even no matter when it goes there, there's no guarantee.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Anything, right? That's the thing. So I don't really want 90 days, 2 days, 3 years.
There's no guarantee. Exactly.
No guarantee. Sometimes you want to get it out the way to see what's going to happen next. Like in an ideal world, you can't do it, but it's like, let's take, because there's so much weight on sex that, that's a goal. And again, sometimes when you get to your goal, I got here, I'm done. I did this. Because that's the goal. It makes it's so valued these days.
Yeah.
That could be a problem. It's such a value on it. And I think that's why it's a problem at times. Because once you get it, I got it. Okay. I won a championship. Now what?
Now what?
I'm gonna go play another team.
Wow.
Up the street.
Hopefully
team best friend. Eventually, get us out of here. But yeah, that's the problem. Sex has such a
Yep, a weight.
High value. Uh-oh.
You should not be dating. You should be vetting. Dating is spending casual time with a person until you get to know them. The problem is once you get to know them, then you realize that you're not compatible with them, or worse, that they're a narcissist or an abuser. And now you have to break up with someone that you're in love with. Once feelings have formed, it's very hard to break up. So that's why you need to vet instead of dating. Vetting is where you simultaneously interview multiple candidates looking for the reason it's not going to work out, so you can eliminate them, i.e. break up, as soon as possible. Ideally, you want to break up with an incompatible person as fast as possible within a few days of meeting them. But you can't do that if you vet thoroughly. When you vet thoroughly, you're asking the tough questions right up front. You can do this electronically or in person.
You want to keep going, or
no? Let's stop.
Stuff.
How do you guys feel about that? You're dating to get rid of people. You're not vetting them as an interview. I don't like way too. It's over. Yeah, it kind of is backward.
I don't think I like that.
I mean, you definitely, as you date, you look, and I think it's tough to date multiple people too. For me.
Lee likes it.
Wow. Wow. Lee likes a party.
Yes.
I don't know about dating a lot of people. I mean, I guess to be. So then I always think, what happens if you really like two of them?
Mm-hmm.
Now you're stuck. You know, you're stuck. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
Mm-hmm.
Flipping the coin.
Wow. Wow.
Flip that coin.
Wow. Yeah, and how do you give your full attention to the one that may be the one if you
You
have
understand?
two?
Ruth,
Because who got the longest beard?
No. Oh. I just think it takes away from the focus
right.
in a certain way, you know?
Right. And I think it makes it tougher to really get to know that person because you're dealing with two people. So the time has to be doubled now instead of you getting to know the person, you know, in full. You're splitting time. So that's weird.
But he's saying, I'm sorry, he's saying that time in makes it harder than, let's say it is the one person and you've invested all this dating time, then it's harder to break it off.
Well, I agree. But I think that's the point of dating. As you date, you get closer. As you get closer, maybe you'll see more things. And then this is with any relationship, they may not work out. You know, but I mean, I think you have to really invest in it to really get the best out of it. If I'm kind of dating 2 or 3 people, I don't know how. I think I'm gonna miss more by dating a couple of people than dating one person and seeing them pretty much on a regular basis. So, you know, I definitely think you would miss more because in days when you're with the other person, they might be with somebody else. You know, and how can you truly build? And you're building with everybody. So I don't know. That doesn't sound.
And I wonder how much that happens today. I'm under the impression that happens a lot more today than not.
Well, I think just the fact that people are just going through relationships so fast today, even if it's one-on-one, you know, 6 months is a long time.
Wow.
You know, so you making 2 years, that's how long you've been married. You know, with people, 2 years seems like a billion years, you know. So it's definitely that microwave society where things are boom, 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 boom. You know, you want everything now. And as soon as a person messes up, they do one thing wrong. People are not willing to go through that and try to get to the other side. So they gotta go.
They gotta go.
Yeah, he basically said that, waiting for something to go wrong or the other.
Right. Yeah. So that means something is going to go wrong. But I think a big part of relationships are when those things go wrong, working through them.
Definitely.
Right.
I mean, you can try that.
You can try.
But who knows? Who's to say it's gonna work? You know what I'm saying? They just
nothing's guaranteed, Lee. Nothing.
Right.
And this is why we have to vet you and move on accordingly.
But you're going to keep moving on. That's the problem. You're going to lily pad your whole life. You're going to jump from pad to pad to pad to pad because you're not investing and really building, right? I think people think relationships are all good. And if there shouldn't be struggle. Love shouldn't be tough. No, you're going to have things where you differ, where you have issues. And to truly know the character of the person you're with is to go through those things and come out on the other side together.
I totally agree with that. Change the light bulb instead of throwing out the whole lamp.
Right. Because you're just going to keep buying lamps.
That's it. You got to keep buying them.
Yeah. Who want to keep buying lamps? You don't have to.
And
that lamp could be
getting used to that lamp and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's
one leg is too short.
Again. And what if you get one where the other leg, one leg is too long? Right. So wherever you go, that I really believe that grass is not greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. Like I definitely believe that. So if you're going to water your lawn, if you're going to take care of your lawn, it's going to grow. For the most part, there are some times it doesn't. But
there's some weeds get in there, and you can de-weed it. Yeah.
Right. You'll never know unless you go through that. Unless you go through these problems, like I said, the weed, the crabgrass, moles. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, I think you have to go through this, and people are looking for perfection. They're looking for relationships that are perfect. And like he said, you're looking for something wrong. As soon as something's wrong, you're gone because you have an illusion of many options because you have, at your phone, all these things. So, I mean, it's what it is.
Wow.
So, give me another one, Leanne, because, this one here, easy. he was off. Whoever's in the picture with him, like, guarantee she was single. Guarantee. She was bugging.
Bugged.
Man telling me that he's been married says nothing to me because marriage was made for men anyway. Marriage teaches women to tolerate a lot of trauma and dysfunction and put up with a lot of transgressions that men have. So a man being married for 20, 30, 40 years only tells me that the woman tolerated a lot of abuse, a lot of mental and emotional turmoil.
You need to talk to somebody.
Like that. I would like to hear women speak all of the joys of being married for so long without the turmoil that comes with it.
So are you saying that relationships should not come with turmoil?
Well, it's gonna come with turmoil if you're dealing with a man. It's gonna come with it. And so women have to be taught to
Stay away
accept
from her.
it and put up with it.
Whoever she is, please keep her away from anybody. She
That was rough.
Whoa. She had some issues. She's seen a lot of bad marriages or something she saw that just really threw her off about marriage.
Yes, and the word turmoil there. I mean, that's a hard word.
It is.
For suffering. It means suffering to me.
Right. She said,
And yeah.
she said it's a bad marriage if you're married to a man. God. Wow.
And that means you've tolerated the trauma and turmoil for
Any
30,
woman
40
who's been
years.
with, right. She said you tolerated it.
Not true.
She's seen
That's
color
not true.
purple type marriages. They don't really exist. That's
Don't
crazy.
let her shave you. Don't let her do the shave.
See, right, and it's just and this is the issue sometimes when you people have this type of ideology and people can believe it, and that's what's resonating, and that would turn you off of dating, or even if you like somebody, now you're going to sabotage because I don't want to get married because I know I don't want to do, you know what I mean? So
Right.
that's crazy.
It is, and people really do think that way, I guess.
We know we saw one.
Yes.
Even her face was just like, yeah, marriage is you turmoil. I mean, if you married to a man, you had to go through something.
I wonder if she's married.
She can't be.
Probably
I
not.
say if she was married, I'd be like, get off this. Is that a ring on your finger? Get off. Get out.
She
Like,
speaks
you don't
like
even
she's
need what you're
speaking
saying.
from experience, is why I said that. But
If she was married, then her husband needs. Oh, was she married and like was she divorced now?
yeah,
Gotcha.
I wonder.
Maybe.
I
So
wonder.
if she was married now,
No,
as a
not
husband,
now.
I'd be home packing. I didn't know I was that bad.
And the
Turmoil.
Hmm.
I'd have looked that up. Let me see what this word. Oh wow.
Turmoil.
I'm out. I'm gone. What do you think, Lee?
Yeah, I think she's been through some things, and she's
Yes.
bringing a very biased opinion to the table and spreading that because it's not true. It's another one of those things where we want to inflate some of the issues that we've gone through and put that out to the world and want everybody to feel the same way that she does, and that's not cool. Yeah.
That's bugged out. I feel bad for her because it seemed like she might have saw a lot of bad relationships. She knows a lot of bad relationships, and I don't even think she could see the good in a good relationship.
Yeah.
You think that you were, as a woman, just going along to get along, getting along to go. You know what I mean? She would just, oh, I know it's terrible for you, sister. It's not. I enjoy my husband. I know you have to say that. No, I really do. Oh, you need help. No, you need help. So I can see her not being, she don't even want to hear anything different. But even her body language, so she was not happy. She was very upset. Like it made me upset. You know what I mean? Like I know an empath would feel that and feel bad.
But her disregard, though, for the time spent with folks, making their marriages work and being happy. And I do get that a lot from folks having been married as long as I've been. If you're talking about the good aspects and how, you really enjoy being married and they're like, yeah, okay. Yeah. Almost the same thing you said. You have to say that. You're going through some stuff, girl.
Right.
And, some people want to celebrate that and people don't want to hear the good stuff about it. They really don't. I've experienced anyway.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
I mean, the next one, Leanne. I don't know what's going on here. That woman was mean. She needed help. She needed a hug. She needed a married hug.
Yes, she does.
Modern day men.
Hold up.
Okay, modern day men don't deserve submissive women. Okay.
Expect you to nurture me. I still expect you to cook for me, feed me, and have sex with me, even though you're working 8 to 16 hours just like me. Come on, man. Come on. They want submissive providers. These women are having mental breakdowns. These women are stuck in deep states of depression. These women are stressed. These women are suffering from anxiety. And now these men are having sex with women and just lay there, brother. They just laying there. They not moaning. They're not doing nothing. These men are starting to become slave masters to their women. They're literally raping their women physically, spiritually, emotionally, intellectually, and financially. I expect you to nurture me. I still expect you to cook.
Ooh.
What say ye?
Hey, Leanne, what you got? You said something. What you got? What do you think? Do you think he was? Well, it seemed like it started in the middle, so it seemed like he was giving examples of things that he didn't agree with in the beginning, right? So it wasn't like he was saying that they should be doing that, I guess. So what do you think, Leanne?
Well, we need to hear him say it.
No. In the beginning, he said what women what men expect women to do, but I think he was saying like it was just, that's outrageous.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There.
About that.
Yeah. I agree with him. You know what I'm saying? Because
I know what you're saying.
I agree with him because I know you don't. Now.
I don't know how to sound on me, but okay.
And she did the now.
Exactly.
Neo, what you got?
I thought Lee was going to say more about why you agreed with that.
No, because I was done.
Okay.
I don't know where she got that from, but go ahead.
So you agree? Well, I don't agree with the fact that. Well, okay, I see what you're saying. That the women are just going through so much, dealing with so much, and still expected to do so much that they're just like shells of humans left, right? Where they're just going through the motions, and then when you get to the intimate pieces, they're going through nothing. They just there, right?
So I think what I heard was that men want women to be submissive, even though they're working these days, right? Yes. And they're coming home after these long shifts, but they're still supposed to do all the things that they quote unquote have under, like, some his must have been cook, clean, take care of the kids, take care of the house, and have sex with them after her long day of work. And they're getting to the point where they don't have energy to have sex. That's what we were saying. So they're just laying there. So,
right. And I think that's true maybe of some folks, but I don't think it's necessarily all or the majority, because, and if it is, then women need to start speaking up and talking about those pieces, about feeling overworked, overwhelmed, over, the expectations being overwhelming, so that things can change. That's back to that balance I'm talking about.
So I don't know if necessarily it's going to be balanced. I think that if everybody's working, the kids have school and things after, I think it's a lot of running around that has to be done, right? So it's really difficult to have a balance. You try to do the best you can because you're leaving work, you're running to get the kids.
Yes.
you're going to the grocery store. You guys, I think both people need to figure out how they're going to work. But it all goes to what your ideologies are around relationships, right? If this is what it is, you're going to work and clean and then okay. But I don't think you should expect someone to do all that. Like I said, if it becomes more of like you're a slave driver to this person, that becomes a problem. That's the problem I have with the word submissive, when it's used in a controlling way where they have to, you have to be stuck in this and you have to do this. And these are the gender roles and of submission and yada, 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 yada. I wouldn't want, like I said, if you're feeling like you're drained and you're just laying there at night, that's crazy. That's insane. But that's the problem with some of these shows who talk about being submissive and what a leader should do, and it's all out of whack, right? Because it's really a lot of things are started by the youth, like the young people start a lot of these revolutions. But some things I think you have to go from the people who've done it already, and so to have a positive relationship, I think it's really difficult to do that when you're young, trying to figure it out. You need to go from people who did it and try to follow that mode, kind of, not exactly, well, the method sort of, not exactly, but know what a good relationship is. Because like I said, if as a woman, you don't know, you're just tired and you're just laying here because you think you have to do it, you have nothing to give, and you feel like you have to, and the man feel like you have to do this as well. That becomes a problem. Like you said, Ruth, you should be able to talk about it.
And that's why I use the word balance so much, Daryl, because I still think there is an achievable balance in these relationships if we talk about the issues. Okay, I may pick up the kids 2 days a week. You may pick up the kids the other 2 days, or I do 3, you do 2. I may go get the groceries, you may put them away, whatever. That's why I'm always using that word balance, where both folks are accountable.
But what I'm saying
is not drained out.
But you're both going to still be drained out. That's what I'm saying. Work, life, everything is going to be drained.
Not as drained as one person. Not as drained as the one person expected.
Well, you can't say that because you don't know what my limits are. Just because I'm doing this, that still could be above my limits, right? And then if you want to put so now you're gonna put more on the other person. So say everything was 50-50. Say you split everything up 50-50, but that's still too much for the one person. That's still draining them, right? Maybe their job is more taxing. So now you're gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna take more and put more on you now. So now it's not balanced, right?
No.
Because you're putting more on the other person because this person's still tired. Now this person's tired, right? Because now I'm doing more because I'm picking up. I think you got to expect to be kind of drained, right? But you got to find a way to get through it. I don't know.
Drained. Now this is something I went through as a young married person with young kids. So there is reasonable drainage, but again, communication is what I'm talking about. You can work through that.
No, what I'm saying is that that doesn't mean the other person's not drained still.
No.
You guys are still shuffling things around, but now I gotta do extra because you're tired. I'm more tired now too because I picked up another role. But you know what? I'm doing it because this is for my family, right?
Exactly. But
right.
So you try to take as much of it off of each other, is what I'm saying, as you can, if possible. It's not always possible.
You're putting it on each other, regardless. You're both gonna be drained, but get through it. Get through it.
But don't you have to talk through it to get through it? You got to talk about these things.
You do. But just because we talk about it don't mean I'm happy that I got to do extra.
You ain't got to be happy, but at least we worked through it.
We didn't work through it. I did it under protest.
You always do it under protest.
I don't feel like hearing your mouth. I don't feel like hearing your mouth anymore. I'm like, you tired. Go to sleep.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Then I'm just going to lay here. We're back to the lay here. After I tried, we're just going to lay here.
Right. And I think that to me is crazy. And I don't know. I would really be like, hey, listen, we got to do something different.
Oh, now you want to talk.
Well, no, because I don't want to just lay on you and hump on you. That's crazy.
Some people,
I wouldn't want to do that. I would be like, you know what?
Trade off.
No, it would be no trade off. I'm like, look, you go to sleep. I'm going to go see my side joint. She's energized.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I'm here to help. Let him see his child.
Does that make you unfit as a parent?
No, I can't say completely. Not really. Now that's some time because of the fact that if they are still doing the things that they need to do and that child is well cared, they still a messed up individual. Don't take that from them. What they're doing is still messed up. But if that child is still well taken care of, then I wouldn't say necessarily unfit. That's what it sounds
You
like.
broke my heart. So I'm gonna make it hard for you to see what's your heart. This little girl or this little boy, I'm gonna make it tough on you. Now I'm gonna treat her. I'm mommy. She gonna love me, but she ain't gonna like you.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Does that make her unfit?
Yes. You're
She's a
manipulating the
deadbeat.
child. Yes.
She's a deadbeat. Do you feel like she's
Yes.
unfit now?
Again,
Still don't see it.
unfit for what exactly?
Parenting,
You're,
being a
you're
parent.
manipulating a child's thought. Like,
Yeah.
that is wrong.
Do you feel like a child needs his father in his life?
Yeah.
Then if you take away that need, you are unfit.
Unfit.
Honestly, I would kind of agree. If anybody's keeping the child away from the other parent, for lack of abuse, something like that, then I would say you would be an unfit parent.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, I would
I
say that.
agree 1,000%.
You can't use a kid as a pawn
Right.
to do things. And then I also say in those cases, you just have to get the courts involved as the mother, father, whoever, and you can't leave that as an excuse for not seeing your child because they didn't let you. You have to still go and try to do it. But I think it's definitely an unfit parent not to let the child see their other parent.
Totally agree.
That one was easy. All of
Yeah,
us
it
agree.
was.
That's a given. Yeah.
I don't understand why them girls couldn't see it. That's because them two women weren't letting their kids see their fathers.
Probably.
It was like, got them. They couldn't. They would not say it. Like it's really simple. Yes, and either way, it would be a bad thing to do for you because the child needs both parents.
Yep. And who loses out? The kid loses out in the long
Kid
run.
loses out. And sometimes that parent will as you get older. Okay, this one's another one. She wanted this one. This is her favorite.
No, I didn't.
Older man gets, he's always gonna have options. Younger, finer, fitter, willing, but they wasted all their time telling all these good men, oh no, you're not my type, and I need a man that's gonna do all this stuff for me. You too broke for me. Y'all brag about the fact that y'all don't cook. You brag about the fact that you're not cleaning for nobody. You brag about the fact that you're selfish. You brag about all these things that are contrary to what a man wants. What happens is they start approaching that wall. Once they are approaching that wall, or once they hit it, they already got kids. They're not in their prime anymore. And then they get frustrated. They try to convert other women and try to convince other women that they also don't need men because now they no longer qualify. Now what are you left with? You're broken, used, washed up, your self-worth, your dignity, all of that done gone. Now what you gonna do? You love talking about yourself and you could do bad all by yourself and it's all about me and because I'm the prize. Where are your results then? If you're the prize, who the prize winner? If you're the prize, where is the collector of the prize?
Come on, still.
Ooh, wow.
So what you think? What you think, Bruce?
Well, I mean, she has a point there. She has a point there for sure. I mean, for those women that are bragging up on the fact that I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to be that kind of woman, I'm not going to be, and then they find themselves down the line 50, 60. I actually know a couple of folks like that, now feeling desperate for love, desperate for marriage, desperate for a man.
Dog.
And they're no longer viewed as the prize, as she just said. So, yeah, you got to be careful of how you define yourself and your willingness, I guess, to compromise and balance. There's that word again, a relationship and or marriage. That's all I got.
What you got, Leanne?
So I think this is why women fall in love so easy because they know they got a time clock set against them.
Well, no, she said the exact opposite though. She said they weren't. Remember, they were like saying, no, I don't want you. And they thought they had infinite options. And now
No, I'm not talking about them girls. I'm talking about the other ones. The other women who looking for
Oh, you're saying
love
the ones that do
and falling in love. Yeah.
They know. Yeah, so I guess it could be either end. I could definitely see you thinking the clock's against you because of certain things that you run up against a wall where it's just that's it.
And I think it's also disheartening to see that is the case. That once women get to a certain age, they're no longer seen as desirable.
That's true.
Or useful.
No one said they're not useful. But I do think that if you have a mindset for, from say you're 25 to, maybe early 40s, that I don't this and I want this and I did. Remember, your options you have kind of youth is something that sells, you know what I mean? The availability to just go and come as you please is something that, people want. So as you get older, you don't, if you can keep yourself together, you may not look as good anymore. So you kind of age out.
Age out. That's a new term. Oh.
Got it. So, I mean, everybody like new cars, right? You'd rather buy a new car than a used one, an old used car. So go ahead and get a lot of mileage on you if you want.
But nobody said they had a lot of mileage. They just decided they didn't want the options they had.
It is a lot of mileage, right? Not saying, and it could be highway miles. I'm not saying street miles. Just you just living out there by yourself. Just you. Listen, I will say this. Everybody's young to someone. So if you're 40, is a 75-year-old looking to run down on you.
Damn. I'm just dirt then. Damn, Lee.
You got a 75-year-old like, come here, young girl.
I better keep cooking and cleaning. Damn.
Come here, you can.
Oh Lord.
It's tough. I mean, but I guess, and this is for women. I mean, women, like she was talking to women, and I don't know if women really are going out here, just waiting until they're 40 to get left alone. Sorry. I don't know what to say. We're going to get canceled. Just, I don't want to get canceled.
Wow.
I mean, all women are beautiful, but she did point out some things like in your youth, you have, your market value is higher when everything is tight, and as you get older, and and again, people as you get older, you get more stuck in your ways too, both men and women. So I think it's tough. It's tough to now say, we talked about the houses. I want to move in your house, or you're gonna move in my house. We both have houses, It's a lot more things to navigate if you both have been alone, for say 10 plus years. You have a house, you have kids, you have a whole bunch of things. Now you got to figure out if it's going to work. And especially if you want more kids, sometimes, the older the woman is, the less likely it is that kids may be a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some real reasons why you may go younger, if you're looking to start a family.
And isn't it true too of men that wait around sometimes and play the field and look up in there 65?
No.
I know we always debate this, But
No.
all of them do not have money, do not have the funds to be playing the young girls. So
No,
some of
you
them are
do.
left alone too.
Because
Yes,
they want to be. Because they want to be.
because they
Women
have to
fall in
be.
love. Women fall in love easy, so you always can find somebody.
Well, they don't want no old dried up prune man either.
No. Meaning again, you might get at that point. I mean, depending. I told you, if you 75, you get a 40-year-old. You good. You know, it's age dating. But a
Nah,
man,
not if you got a bunch of money. Nah.
women don't. I don't know what people talk. Women don't really even jump on men with a bunch of money like that. Sometimes it's not money. You can just be a nice guy if you're handsome. Women do
They're
like.
75?
Well, again, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe he'd be in the old folks' home getting busy. Who knows? I just know men have, they can. We're good.
No, they old and
good.
dried up too. I just want to make that point. They're old
I
and
mean, you
dried
can
up.
hate if you want because they're not dried up.
No,
And
just speaking of facts.
as long as we have a blue pill, we are good to go.
Yeah, and then some of them they can't take that because their heart will stop. But
Yeah,
anyway,
again, we ain't talking about outliers. Most of them can. And guess what? And if it don't work, we want our heart to stop anyway. Yeah, give me 4 more. My heart don't. It ain't working. Give me 4 more.
oh my goodness.
You know.
I just wanted to make that point though. I've seen some old dried up men too that don't nobody want. I just wanted to bring that up.
Again, there's always outliers, but how many old dried up women that nobody want?
But we just tend to talk about the women side of it a lot. That's all.
Because it's more.
Some
Yeah,
women
because
get-
again, it's more, and I really believe we talk about women more because you do have some type of clock.
Right, the
if
clock
you want
piece,
certain
I get.
things, right?
Yes,
that is
clock.
something you guys really run up against. It is a clock that you run up against that does, and it, like Leanne said, it does rush some people to fall in love. Like, you know what? Especially if you're in your mid 30s, I think that definitely puts women in a like, yo, listen, and even men in their mid 40s, that's when they buy the Corvette and things of that nature to try to do things. So we do. So I guess men have a clock as well.
In a way.
I think you feel it too, and you'll start doing different things to try to attract, because this is how you attract the younger ones, something nice and shiny. So it's tough. It's crazy. But I don't want to get canceled, so we ain't gonna stay here too long. I don't want anybody to feel
we don't
like
want the ageism piece to come through.
well, it's not ageism if it's truth. Just don't be
It's
mad.
still ageism if it's painted in a negative light. But
if we paint the truth in a negative light, it's the truth-ism. But I don't want to get canceled. Leanne trying to get me canceled. So all women have equal opportunity to get a man. There's no wall to hit. You guys are fine. A new car and a used car, they're both the same.
they both ride down the road. One takes longer to get there, but they both go down the road.
Right. You want the one that you got a safety pin holding the door together. You got some straps on it.
They still chug along down the road.
Little extra tire. The spare tire ain't there anymore. Radio only plays one station. That's what you want. Who wants that new car smell?
That only lasts for a minute anyway.
Some people's minute is over.
Lee, help me out. Lee, help me out.
Some people wish they could borrow a minute.
I think the best thing is to stop engaging with him.
I think you're right, Lee. I should learn that. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Hey, look, we're out of here because you're gonna get me canceled. Hey, listen, thanks for everybody for signing on today. Please check out Nothing But Answers YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification button so you'll get all the notifications when we put something up. Also, hit the check our room out, the Nothing But Answers room on Facebook. Please invite your friends, families, everybody. So we love hearing everybody's different comments and thoughts and ideologies and things of that nature. We really thank you for joining us tonight. And it's no ageism here. It's not anything everybody is the same. A new car, used car, they're both cars.
Just don't forget to put gas in it.
Some need extra lubrication because transmission slips.
You
But
got
it's a
that
car.
button, Lee? You got that
It's a
button?
car.
Lee, you got it?
Yeah, I'm about to push it.
Push the button, Leanne, please.